something interesting that I often think about. Well, let me say most recently. Um, and I'll probably go a little bit more in detail on my YouTube channel. But I was just thinking how I'm torn between, I don't know, the closer I get to 40, the more I am like really pushing myself to understand how important it is for me to enjoy the day that I get. I'm torn because I don't know what personality people call this, but I am the person that I'm very detailed. I'm very intentional about my decisions. The way we were raised to understand that every decision you make will not only affect you, but it will affect those who are connected to you. But it will affect you, and it can affect you now or it can affect you years from now. And so because of that, I have been also being raised in the church, being someone who is a follower of Jesus. There's a lot of teaching about discipline, which is very important. There's a lot of teaching about making sure that we're doing the right things and making the right decisions and living the life that looks like Christ. And I'm torn because also you will leave this earth one day. And we don't know how, and we don't know when. And for me, it's become even more clear because I am a person who is very detailed about the choices that I make. And even in that, a lot of people will even say I try to be perfect. That's another discussion for a different day. But even in my attempt to make sure that the decisions that I make for my life are good for me, I'm still imperfect. And I have still found myself in places and in positions and in moments and emotional moments that I'm like, how did I get here? Why am I here? Why am I experiencing this? Because this wasn't the plan. This wasn't the goal. And the realization is ultimately, regardless of how perfect you attempt to be or how detailed you are about your life and how you want to carry yourself, you are still in this world. You are still of this world. And you don't know the path that you're going to end up on. And so it's so important that you enjoy the moment. It's imperative that you enjoy the moment, the day that you have. There are some things that I wish I was a lot more freer in doing and living. And then there's some things I'm so grateful that I am not. But it literally just crossed my mind as I was ending my workday how imperative it is to enjoy the day. I don't want to be hit with life and I think back on previous years and I didn't enjoy anything that I did in my life. Or I was always waiting for the right moment. It's very, yeah. I'm very detailed, so I want to share a lot more details, and I know there'll be a lot of questions and a lot of like, what about, and what do you think? And yeah, I think, and so that's why I say I'm torn, because there is a responsibility, there is a level of discipline, there is a level of character, there is, a way that you should live and carry yourself. I agree. But also, you gotta enjoy the moments. And I'm talking about enjoying even the moments that hurt. Because even with you attempting to do and live and cut off and not be, you will still find yourself in a place experiencing the things that you thought you got to escape. And I'm not talking about bad things. I'm talking about just specific emotions that you only want to deal with. Like, I ain't want to feel that. I ain't want to experience that. So I just didn't. And then boom, you wake up and you are in it. And you're like, what? How did I? So yeah. Let me know what you think. Especially if you are closer to 40. Are you finding yourself realizing that some things that you thought were very serious and you hold very dear to you are not even that important anymore? You literally just want to live in the moment.